Coming to you from my box truck out here in the beautiful Bay of San Diego, California. How are you guys doing tonight? It's a beautiful evening, 70 degrees, it's sunny, loving this weather. Please let me know, please let me know if my audio is coming through, and let me know if the video feed is okay. I'm relying on you guys to be my eyes and my ears. Let me know how we're coming through. It's a little bit windy, so we might get some wind noise. Let me know how that's sounding. And I want to say hello to everybody that's joined. I see Charlie's here. Hello, Charlie. Good to see you, my friend. Happy to have you in here. And Diana as well. Hello, Diana. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well with the van life process. And just wanted to come in here on this Wednesday and talk to you guys a little bit about the reality of van life here in San Diego. Josh LLC, starting Nomad Life in 1 week, quit my job, wearing a party hat 2 days ago. Freedom is better than money. Josh LLC, I agree with you. RMR Pictures 1, hello. It's doing real good, honestly. Nomad Brad is doing real good today. I'm just having a great time. Hey, John C. No chorizo tonight. Veggie pizza with my daughter. Well, I'll give it a pass, John C. Pizza with your daughter is surely better than any type of chorizo you could possibly make. So I'm glad you're spending time with family and having a good evening with your daughter. Tell her hello for me, and hope you guys have a good evening together. So Josh LLC says freedom is better than money. And I guess I want to talk a little bit about that, you know. The video that I put out on Sunday is actually going to be talking a little bit more. I'm trying to block some of the wind with my back, so that's why I'm now walking backwards. But the video that I'm going to be making on Sunday, look at that little camper, that's kind of cool, is talking about this new homeless epidemic, right? So there was an article that came out in the newspaper here in California that said the city of Los Angeles now has 19,000 documented people living in vehicles, and they're now calling us the vehicular homeless. So because we're living in vehicles not on the street, we're vehicular homeless. Charles Hood, am I worried? No, I'm not worried, Charles. Here in San Diego, there are hundreds of people that are living in vehicles. And so, you know, every night when I stealth camp, I try to explore the area and go to different locations. And I found a street the other night that was just packed vehicles. I mean, RVs, vans, buses, cars. I mean, both sides of this street for miles was full of rigs. So I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I'm not the first one doing it. There's clearly hundreds of other people. There's 19,000 people. What's up, chilling in DC? There's 19,000 people in Los Angeles County living in vehicles. So, I mean, I'm not worried about it. What are they going to do? They're going to throw all 19,000 people in jail? I don't think so. So I'm not worried about it. I'm just rolling with the flow. In Artist Life, who is at Fiesta Island? What was that? What's the Supreme Court ruling? I'm on my mobile device, so I don't get to see. The chats only pop up for like a couple seconds. Anyway, you know, here's the thing. We're nomads. We're just out living life. You know, yeah, what's up, King Gamer? We're not worried about the government and what they're going to do. The government can govern, and no matter what, they're going to make more taxes. They're going to make more rules. Hey, what's up, Big Mama? Happy to have you here. The government's going to do what they do, which is oppress the citizens. So I'm not worried about it. I'm going to keep living my life. I'm going to be free until the day they come for me and lock me up, which honestly, I think there's a lot more problems for the government to deal with, rather than trying to chase down a bunch of people living in their vans. So I'm not worried about it. But what I wanted to talk about is the rise of vehicular homelessness, as they call it, right? So in this article, they were talking about how so many people are now living in vehicles instead of traditional housing. And so they they're not sure why or what's causing this big, this big surge in people living in vehicles. And what's interesting to me is if you guys go on TikTok or like Instagram and you see the videos of all these people living in their cars now, like not just van life. Like when I started out 6 years ago, it was basically people living in vans, like big camper vans, full conversions. But now it's gotten down to where people are just living in whatever cars they got. I mean, Toyota Camrys, Honda Civics, just whatever they have. And what's interesting to me is when I watch these TikToks and Instagrams of people that are doing it, the good thing is it's causing people to reevaluate their life and what's important to them. And the cool thing about once you get into living in a vehicle is you just reprioritize your life and you realize like you don't need all this stuff. You don't need all this stuff to be happy. And oh, hey, what's up, Trish from SD Camper Van Club? Good to see you. She's probably here she might be here on the island. You on the island, Trish? We're all hanging out. But people are prioritizing what's making them happy. And so a lot of these folks that are living in cars, they're saving for a good reason. They're saving for to go to college, or they're saving to buy a home, or they're saving for to get out of debt. And then a lot of younger people, like really young people, like 19, 20, they're getting out of high school and they're seeing the path ahead of them. College is no longer a guarantee to get good money. Back when I was younger, everyone was just told to go to college and you'll get a good job and you'll buy a house and you'll live the American dream. And I was at the tail end of that actually being possible. Nowadays, college is all about supply and demand. And now the supply of college graduates is so high that it's outpaced the demand. So now going to college doesn't even guarantee you a good job. And so a lot of these younger folks are realizing that, and they're seeing the high cost of living. I mean, there's kids paying $1,600, $2,000 a month just for a one-bedroom apartment. And so they're seeing this, and they're just skipping out on it right off the bat. They're not getting sucked into that scam of just work, put your joy to the side and work for the man and save. So now these kids are going and they're living in cars and they're traveling, they're working less hours or they're working towards a goal. But either way, there's a lot of freedom in not having that constant stress. And so you're not having to work as much. Or if you are working a lot, it's because you're really saving for some kind of a big goal. And so what I would, encourage people to think about is think about how much it costs to live in traditional housing. And so for example, like an apartment, that might be $1,600 a month, but then you have water, sewer, gas, electric, you have your internet bill, you might have renter's insurance, you have all these other pieces. An Artist Life says one-bedroom apartments she manages are $2,500. Yeah, so think about it. So $2,500 a month, what else could you do with that money? Like, how could you better your life? I mean, $2,500 a month, you could go on a pretty sweet little vacation. You could probably spend a couple weeks in a nice resort in Mexico for $2,500. I mean, imagine living in your car, working a regular job, and then once a month, you fly down to Cancun for 2 weeks and you just live it up in an all-inclusive resort on the beach. I mean, how sweet would that be? Instead of paying $2,500 a month for a one-bedroom apartment every month. So I think people are starting to really question, does it make sense to be socking that kind of money into something that's not going to gain any value? When you're renting, you got to pay that money every month, and then it doesn't gain you don't get anything out of it. There's no value. And people comment on my videos about my box truck and they say, oh, you know, you should own a house and a house will appreciate in value every year, and your van is just a depreciating asset, which to a point I agree. You know, a vehicle obviously is not going to hold its value like a home, but you know, house values going up is not really good if you're a homeowner, because when house values go up, then your property taxes go up, and people don't think about property taxes. So if your house was 200,000 and now it's worth 400,000, now you have to pay an extra couple percent in property taxes. So home ownership is just becoming less and less attractive. And I'm not saying you guys shouldn't own homes, but I'm just saying it's not the huge investment vehicle that it was like when our parents bought homes. You know what I mean? Like when my dad bought a house, it was a good investment. Yeah, Super Dave says a house is a liability, not an investment, and that's the way that's what it's turning into. And it's not the people's fault. You know, it's not that they're doing anything wrong. It's just that the economics around it are just making it unaffordable. And there's so much more stuff that they pile on all the time. So like, for example, when I bought my house, I had to get homeowners mortgage insurance. So because of that 2008 financial collapse, they now started requiring homeowners to get insurance on their mortgage. So that adds a few $100 a month onto your mortgage payment. And so like for me, I was paying, you know, I bought my house cheap, and I was paying like $1,600 a month mortgage. And then on top of that, I had my property taxes rolled in, which was a few $100 a month. And then on top of that, I had mortgage insurance, which was a few $100 a month. And what's crazy is the mortgage insurance, I don't even understand why you need it, because if you stop paying the mortgage, then the bank just takes the home back and they resell it. So it's not like they're really out any money. So I don't even understand, and the mortgage insurance doesn't ever help you out. You don't get any kind of money back because you couldn't afford your home. So I'm not even really sure what the point of it is, but either way, the point is it's just getting more and more expensive to go that route. Here's some like, let's see if my camera will flip around today. Let's see. There's a couple like Overlanders up here hanging out. We got a Toyota Land Cruiser, Toyota Tundra with a nice little camper on the back. Another, looks like a 4Runner Overlander. And then we got a Tacoma with a little topper on it. Looks like a little overlanding club. That's pretty sweet. And they're all down here. Look at this, look how beautiful this is, hanging out on the beach in San Diego. So I wanted to share with you guys my experience of van lifing down here in San Diego. It's been really nice. I was here for about a month earlier this year. Then I went to Arizona to do some work on my van at my dad's house. And now I'm back in San Diego. And so what's really nice about San Diego is the proximity. Everything is really, really close. So I've done a lot of stealth camping and outdoor, you know, like off-grid camping, but it's very rare that you can like be out in nature and also be so close to the city and all the resources at the same time. So the cool thing about San Diego is because we're on the ocean, there's literally a dozen different parks right here within a 5-mile radius that are on the beach. They have tons of parking. They have free restrooms, free trash service. This is Fiesta Island. This one has fire pits. So pretty much every night there's people out here doing bonfires. I'll show you guys. There's one right here, that cement box. That's a fire pit, and they have those all along the island. So you can just park up, hang out, start a bonfire, enjoy the evening. But what's cool is, so there's a ton of parking. There's beaches all over. There's never like a worry about it's gonna be packed or I can't find somewhere to park. Serial Damage says, what's the most expensive ticket you got? I've never had a ticket. I've never got a ticket for parking. So the cool thing is there's tons of places to park, but then when you need to go like get supplies, or for me, I shower at Planet Fitness, so I can go to Planet Fitness, I can go get groceries, you can go to the mall downtown, but basically any services you might need are literally within a 5-mile radius. So you don't really have to drive that far, which is nice because in California, you know, the gas prices are more expensive. I found a gas station last night that was $5 a gallon, but in general, gas here is between $5 and $6 a gallon. And if you head north, like towards LA, it actually goes up to, I think, $7 a gallon. So gas is more expensive, but the benefit is you don't have to drive that far. So literally, I mapped it out on my Google, but I was only driving 3 miles from the beach to my nighttime parking spot. And the grocery store that I stop at is in between those 3 miles. It's on the way. So you really don't have to do that much driving at all. And there's a bunch of other stuff going on. There's like a concerts, a bunch of bars and stuff downtown. So the cool thing is it's kind of like this small, you only get tickets if you can't read, they aren't. Yeah, I mean, as far as tickets go, there's signs everywhere that are posted for no overnight parking, but because of the lawsuit with the city of San Diego, they're not enforcing those signs. So everybody's parking in spots that are clearly labeled no overnight parking and no vehicle habitation. So technically all of us, me included, and all the people that I mentioned earlier, like all the tons of RVs lining the street, everybody is technically in spots that are labeled no overnight parking, but they're not enforcing it. So that's what it is. Now, I wouldn't be doing this if they were enforcing it, because then you would get tickets and it would be expensive, but they're not enforcing it, so we're rolling with it. The people are saying we will not be stopped. We will continue to move. But anyway, so that's what's cool about San Diego. It's all, Charles Hood says, how's the crime? So here's the thing with San Diego. You know, it's a big city, but all the beach areas are pretty heavily policed. So like here where I'm at along the beach, all the places that I have lived here in San Diego, that I've stayed at night, the places I visit during the day, there's no crime that I have seen. Now, there are bad parts of San Diego. When I go into town a little bit, the Planet Fitness I go to, it's a little bit sketchy. So that, you know, there could probably be some crime there. And I'm sure crime still happens, but it's definitely not, you know, it doesn't feel dangerous, and it's not any crime that I've seen. So I hope that helps you out. You know, I said this in a live stream a few weeks ago, but the news tells you California is super dangerous, and you know, it's homeless and it's infested, and there's areas that are bad, but guys, there's a lot of areas that are not bad. I mean, look at this. Here's a van life guy. There's an RV guy. Here's another little 4Runner, a couple 4Runner guys. All the areas that I've been to in San Diego are really beautiful. So again, there's pockets of bad areas, but that's true for really anywhere that you go in the country. There's gonna be pockets where it's not a place you wanna hang around. Hey, Adventures with Super Dave coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Super Dave. I appreciate you. I appreciate the contribution and the support. Helps old Nomad Brad rolling and keeps gas in the tank. Fortunately, I'm not driving too much, but you know, it's still $5 a gallon. So what's crazy is I did the math the other day, but my box truck has a 30-gallon gas tank. And if gas is $5 a gallon, it would cost me $180 to fill my gas tank, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, it's, you know, it ain't no joke with the higher gas prices, but so I got here on, let's see, I got here on Friday evening. Today is Wednesday, and I left Yuma with a full tank of gas. It was about 300 miles, a little less than 300 miles to get here, but uh, I'm still driving around in the same tank that I filled up in Arizona before I left. So to give you an idea, I'm only driving like, it seems like 5 or 6 miles a day. You know what? My fuel economy actually went up. For the longest time, my super Dave, yes, another 20. So what's interesting is, you ever come to Oceanside? I do plan to come to Oceanside. I'm not sure when, but I am going to slowly make my way north up the coast this summer. So I will be going through Los Angeles, Oceanside, San Clemente, San Francisco, just working my way all the way up north. I want to go up and visit the Redwoods, and Northern California has some really beautiful beaches I'm going to check out. So yeah, we're going to head north, and I'll definitely stop by Oceanside. Yeah, so it'll be fun. We'll do a little bit of traveling, but okay, on my van, the whole time I owned it, it only got 9.5 miles per gallon. But ever since I did all this work to it, I tested the fuel economy again this time on my trip from Arizona to San Diego, and I'm actually up to 10.5 miles per gallon, which is very exciting. I've never seen 10.5 miles per gallon in this van before. So, you know, good things are happening. Good things are happening. But if you figure, you know, 30-gallon tank and 10.5 miles a gallon, you're looking at a little over 300 miles per tank. At California gas prices, that's $180. Pretty crazy. So anyway, but you know, it's not a big deal. You know, it is more expensive, but I don't pay rent. I don't pay water, sewer, electric, so I'm still saving a lot of money, even though I'm spending more on gas. I have no car payment. I pay for car insurance, but it's very reasonable, about $100 a month. So it's all, you know, all things considered, it's still a pretty good time. So that's what's going on with old Nomad Brad. I have a couple jobs coming up. Let's see, next Thursday I'm going to be heading north about an hour, and I have a client with a Sprinter, and so we're going to do some electrical work for him. We're going to relocate his batteries, and we're going to add a DC to DC charger and a new charge controller, and do a little bit of electrical work for him. And then additionally, something very exciting, EcoFlow reached out to me and asked me if I would do an installation and a review of their Delta Pro battery pack and alternator charger and Wave 2 air conditioner. And so I know a lot of folks have been asking about those all-in-one electrical systems, the power packs and whatnot, and a lot of people have been asking specifically about the EcoFlow stuff. So it looks like EcoFlow is going to send me their full kit with the air conditioner, and I actually found a subscriber who hit me up on Instagram who actually asked me a few weeks ago if I could install this system, almost this exact system for him. And I told him I could, and then I didn't talk to him for a couple weeks, and then I got this message from EcoFlow. So I reached out to him, and it sounds like he's down to let me have me do this installation on his rig. And he's got a pretty cool Jeep Gladiator, like an overlanding rig. He has like a big pop top thing on the back, and so I might be installing a full EcoFlow system into his Jeep Gladiator. So that's coming up in probably a few weeks. Not vented. AGM batteries do not need to be vented. They're sealed. The only batteries that need to be vented are traditional flooded lead acid batteries. Those are the only ones that need to vent. And those are the least common batteries. You only find those in like old cars or very, very cheap traditional car batteries you get these days are flooded. And the way you know is they have the little cap on top that you have to pop off, and then you have to add water to them. So if you have a battery with a top that pops off that needs water to be added, you have a flooded lead acid battery. But you really don't find those too much. You'll never find a deep cycle battery that is that is flooded. So the cheapest solar battery you'll find is a sealed lead acid, and those do not need to be vented. And then from there it goes to AGM, those do not need to be vented. And then you'll get up to lithium ion batteries, which also do not need to be vented. So do not worry, my friend. You have nothing to worry about considering venting. Unless you get a cheap automotive style battery, which I do not recommend, they are not meant for deep discharge. Serial damage is I would be saving $2,500 per month if I go mobile. That would change my lifestyle into survival mode. Survival mode? Yeah, if you could save $2,500 a month, you know, that's incredible. And you know, what I tell people too is you don't have to do this forever, you know? Moving into a vehicle isn't a life sentence. It isn't like I'm living in my van or my truck or my car forever. You just do it until your situation improves, or until your goals have been reached, or until you're tired of traveling and you want to do something else. It doesn't have to be forever. But the point is that for as long as you do it, your savings is going to be huge. The amount of money you can build up is huge. If you want more time, you can work less because you have less overhead. So if it's not that you want to make a bunch of money, but you're just feeling pressured and stressed out and under the thumb of the man, and you're tired of having to work 40, 50 hours a week and you just want time, then you can get that time because you can switch to a part-time job, get a different job. Hey, what's up, Robert? Happy to see you. Love and light from Michigan. Hell yeah. Welcome to the chat, my friend. And then, so then you can do all that and just put yourself in a better state of mind and, kind of increase the quality of your life. And that's what it's all about. That's what van life is about. Life is supposed to be enjoyed. You know, we're supposed to be fun-loving, creative animals, but somewhere we got lost along the way. We got suckered in to this consumerism trap, and we've been coerced into basically working our life away, frittering our time away to purchase widgets that we don't really need. It's ridiculous. An Artist's Life says there's a 72-hour parking lot in Oceanside. I've heard about that. I need to check it out. So here's a question about the all-in-one units. So I've given my thought on the all-in-one units before. I think it depends on your situation. If you're not running a big electrical system and you're not using too much and you just want something simple and quick and easy, then I think the all-in-one systems are fine. I don't think brand really matters. As long as you get one of the name brands, get a Blue Eddy or a Jackery or an EcoFlow or Anchor. Anchor has some good stuff. As long as you get one of the name brand power stations. I'm actually testing an All Powers brand unit they sent to me last week, so I'll make a video review about that. But as long as you get a brand name power station, then you're gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Most of them now are expandable, so you can add on additional battery packs. So if you want to upgrade and have more battery storage, you can. But here's the thing I don't like about the all-in-one power stations, is you're buying into a system. So if you buy, say the Blue Eddy unit and the Blue Eddy battery packs, all that stuff communicates together. You can't use any other brand battery pack, and if you get a different power station, then those battery packs you bought are likely not going to be compatible. And so I'm thinking long term. Like for example, this box truck I have, I've had it for 2 years now. The batteries are 2 years old, the inverter's 2 years old, but think about how quickly technology and these systems change. EcoFlow's already put out like 3 or 4 different units since their first one came out. And so if you buy an all-in-one power station and 3 years down the road, you want to add another battery pack, or your battery goes out, or you need to replace a component, there's a pretty good possibility that that's not going to be available. They're not going to be supporting that equipment. Parts might not be available. You might not be able to expand your battery pack. And so at that point, you would basically have to buy a complete new system. So it's just something to think about. You know, I'm not opposed to them. I don't want to scare people away from buying them, but that's the reason that old Nomad Brad doesn't use the all-in-ones. We're at the end of the road. We got a fence right here. There's a little landslide that went down, so we got to turn around. We're going to head back towards the van, give you guys a little shot of the water here, see what we're looking at. So that's my thought on the all-in-ones. I think they're fine, but I prefer to DIY it because I like to be able to replace stuff and add stuff. Like for example, you know, you can just add on an alternator charger to pretty much any electrical system. But if you have an all-in-one unit, unless the all-in-one unit comes with an alternator charger, you can't add one. Like you can't add a high capacity alternator charger to a Jackery. The only option is your 12-volt cigarette lighter input, right? You can't, so like EcoFlow just came out with an alternator charger, but it's specific to them. So you have to buy their alternator charger. It's $500. And you know, if you install all that crap and then you want to get a different brand unit, you can't do it. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I see a couple questions coming in about the van. So I have the van registered to my business as a commercial vehicle. Hold on, let me think about this. I take that back. The van is registered to me personally as a personal vehicle. So the title is in my name as a personal vehicle. The insurance is commercial insurance through Progressive. And so the reason I did this is because I wanted the van in my own personal name in case anything happened to the business, or you know, I got in, like, something happened, or I lost the business, or I got sued or something. I don't want anybody to be able to, you know, take that from me, right? I don't want to ever lose the vehicle from something like that. So that way it kind of protects my liability. Otherwise, if my van was registered to the business, then it's a business asset. And then if someone comes after the business, they could potentially take my home on wheels. We can't have that. We can't have that. So that's why I kept it personal. Now the insurance is through Progressive Commercial. It's about $100 a month. It's liability only. So that means I have no coverage. If anybody hits me or I get in a wreck, they're not gonna help me at all to fix it. It's all on me. And at that point, I would just start over. But anyway, so there's no liability on it. But you know, I'm just taking the risk. I've been in a van for 6 years now, and I've never been in an accident, knock on wood. So we're just gonna keep that going, and we're not gonna have any accidents in the future, and we're just gonna keep on trucking. Although I gotta say, Nomad Brad has been flirting with the idea of doing another build. I love the build that I have now, but the van itself has just been kind of a pain in the butt. I've had a lot of issues with it. I'm reading the chat from Super Dave. Yeah, it only has one input for power. Super Dave, explain what you're talking about. So the Sun Gold Power has an input for 110, and so that's for your shore power. And then it has an input for solar. You're talking about an input for your DC to DC charger. So your DC to DC charger, it gets hooked directly to the battery. It doesn't get connected to your Sun Gold Power unit. So the DC to DC charger, you get a positive and negative from your starting battery, and then you put the other positive and negative on your house batteries. That's how you wire it up, brother. Yeah, so in a new vehicle, if, you know, I'm kind of thinking it's probably gonna happen. And another reason I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do another build is because I think my lifestyle is gonna be changing a little bit, and I think I wanna I think I want to use Southern California as kind of a home base, and I want to be able to carry a little more tools and supplies with me. Yes, I have installed a shore power plug, and I do currently have a shore power plug on my van. So I can plug into any 30 amp outlet like at an RV park, and I can also plug in a regular extension cord, like just, from a regular wall plug. So I do have shore power. I recommend shore power for everyone. So the thought of changing up my lifestyle a little bit, what I'm thinking is I probably do want to get a little bit bigger box truck. I probably will get the next size up. Now, the reason I got this box truck is because it's the biggest unit that fits in a single parking spot. So it's really easy for city stealth camping. I mean, this is the best platform to have as far as the most space being able to fit in a regular parking spot. Tyler Thunder, do you game? I do not game. I used to be a big gamer when I was younger. I just kind of fell out of it, and I'm just really busy now, and so I don't really have time for gaming. And honestly, I feel like an old man, Tyler. I'm 38 now, and the games are so much faster than when I was younger that I can't keep up. My hand-eye is not fast enough. Like for me, my prime was Modern Warfare 2. I used to love MW2. I shredded on that for just weeks at a time. But that was it. Anything past MW2, and it was too fast for me. So don't worry, my friends. I'm definitely getting a box truck again. I'm still a strong believer the box truck is the ultimate platform. Here's what I want to do. I'm sticking with Ford. I love Ford. I really am a fan. So what I want to do is I want to get the 2021 or later E450 Econoline. And the reason I want to do that is they have a new engine. Instead of the 6.8 liter V10, which is what I have now, they went to a 7.3 liter V8. Gasoline, naturally aspirated, no turbos, but it's a higher, bigger engine, right? 7.3 liters, but it actually has it's mated to a 6-speed transmission, and it gets like almost twice the fuel economy. And I was looking at actual reviews, not just the Ford, EPA estimate lies, but I was looking at actual reviews of people that are using this rig, and they're reporting like up to 15 miles per gallon fuel economy, which is, I mean, I'm getting like 10 right now. So that's like a 50% increase in fuel economy. So I would get a brand new truck. Yeah, and it's like a 430. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I got my eye on, a 2021 7.3 truck. And the benefit is everything's new. All the suspension is new. It's not gonna be squeaky and bumpy. And the one I have now, it's just pretty beat. It's pretty beat. And I'm just like, when I drive around town, it's beating me all up all over the place. And I had a bunch of trouble with that transmission brake, and I'm just not super confident in it. So I think that's the move. And you know what's crazy is right now, because the economy is so upside down, there's actually some killer deals on these rigs. So I was looking at one on for sale the other night. Stealthing, no, it's not going to be harder. This truck would only be a couple feet longer than the one I have now. It's not going to be crazy big. But and I'll wrap it again to look commercial. So it'll be a little more difficult in a bigger truck, but it won't be crazy. And the reason I'm going to do it is because I'm thinking about, like down here in San Diego, everyone's in huge RVs and buses. So there's plenty of parking. And then when I go over to Arizona in the winter, like to visit my dad and go to Schoolie Palooza, there's unlimited parking, and size doesn't really matter. So no, you don't need a Class C, just a regular license. And so the thing I'm realizing is the more places I go, it's a little bit of a trade-off, but most places I go would have room to fit the larger truck. So, but it's all it's all a trade-off, right, guys? It's all a trade-off. There's no perfect situation, no perfect rig. And this isn't something I'm gonna do anytime soon. It's just me looking into the future. It's always good to have goals and make plans and be able to kind of mentally, set yourself on a future that you desire. And so I think that's the move. And then at that point, I would be able to have even more solar on the roof. I would add a legit bathroom. Let this helicopter pass. So I would have a legit bathroom with a shower and, you know, just a little more space. I would carry some more tools and products with me and stuff. So anyway, that's just something I'm throwing out there. Again, it won't happen anytime soon, but yeah, so that's where I'm at. But I'm still enjoying my rig. I mean, I love the way it turned out. It's been super comfortable and I still really love it. I love the space. I feel super happy in it. I don't feel cramped. You know, I don't feel like, oh, I got to get out of here and I got to get into a new rig. I don't have that feeling at all, but I'm just kind of looking, you know, looking towards the future and trying to figure out what might be next. And so I think that might be what's next. So we're just gonna walk down the beach here. Let's see what's going on. We got a gentleman up here in his little truck camper, just kind of hanging out. Hey, Diana, hit the like button, yes, please. Give you guys a little shot of the sunset here. Very nice, very nice. We got a van life over here. We got a minivan life over here. Lots of folks enjoying the beach and the weather. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. I saw some stuff come up in the chat, but it moves pretty fast for me on my mobile, so I didn't really catch everybody. But if you have a question for me, anything really that hasn't been answered, go ahead and drop it in the chat again, and I will try to get back to it. But we're just getting started out here. Would you ever add your system with the option to power your box truck direct from solar panel by battery? So I'm not quite sure what that question means, but the way that my hybrid inverter charger works is it takes the solar power in from the panels and it charges up the battery bank. East County, I live in the Mount Helix area and would love to share my bug out camper. I have a pretty awesome setup. Gerald, hi Gerald, send me an email, nomadbrad503@gmail.com. There's also a link in the description, well maybe not, but there's a link on my YouTube page. Send me an email and I'd be happy to connect with you, brother. Happy to figure it out. So the way my system works is the solar comes from the panels into the inverter charger, it charges the batteries, and then also it sends that electricity out to my 110 volt appliances. So it actually is, once the battery is charged, it doesn't pull from the battery. My solar power does go directly into my 110 volt appliances. So I think that's what you were asking about, setting up a van so that it doesn't run through the batteries. That's exactly what mine does. Now, that's only the case when you have a hybrid inverter charger, because the charge controller and the inverter are all in the same unit. It has the ability to switch that electric, convert the electric from the panels directly to the inverter. But if you do a separate all-in-one system, or a separate system that's not all-in-one, you don't have that option, because the inverter connects directly to the battery bank, as does the solar panel. So it's always going through your batteries. So that's why I like the hybrid inverter chargers. I think they're a good deal. And not to mention, you also get shore power as well. Okay, so here's something I wanted to talk about actually. I just set up a new link page, and I'm trying to think of where I can, let's see, do I have an option to add something to the chat? I don't know if I can send a chat. Let's see, what does this do? Tag products, no. Give me a second, guys. Let me see, what does this do? No. No. Share. I don't think I can. Okay, yes, exactly what I'm asking. Okay, good, I hope that helps. I hope that helps out. Okay, I don't have a link for it from this YouTube, from where I'm at right now, but anyway, yeah, I made a new web page thing. It's like a link tree, but it's a little bit better. But if you go to my YouTube channel, where like at the header of my channel where I have a website, I changed out the website. It used to be my solar company. Now it takes you to a link tree style landing page. And so on that landing page, you guys can sign up for my email newsletter. And so I talked a while ago that I'm going to be doing giveaways. And so I'm using this email newsletter to connect with you guys and to track email addresses. And so if you guys go to that link and sign up for my newsletter, I'm going to be doing a giveaway here pretty soon, probably in a couple weeks. And so whoever signs up for the newsletter, you're going to be entered into the giveaway. And what I'm doing is I'm giving away products that companies are sending me to review. And so if, you know, I'm getting some cool stuff that's on its way over. And so every month I'm going to try to do one giveaway, and then we'll just pick someone at random from the email list and I'll ship it out to you. You don't have to pay shipping. There's no strings attached, no commitment, just my way of saying thank you for supporting the channel. And you know, it's kind of cool if you guys see something cool on the channel that I recommend, you guys can have a chance to get one for yourself. And I promise I'm not going to be spamming you guys. I'm going to do like one newsletter a month. It'll just have some updates. I'm going to include some helpful resources into the email. I'll include like maybe some Nomad events that are coming up, some tips and tricks. I don't know. I'll make it fun and I'll make sure it's valuable. It's not going to just be some spam, and I'm not going to send you a bunch of random unsolicited offerings. But do go ahead and join that email list, and hopefully you guys can win something in one of my giveaways. So that's where we're at. Sign up for the email list. And yeah, so I see there's 72 people watching. That's nice. I feel like that might be one of my highest live YouTube streams ever. I'm not gonna be selling your information. No, I'm just collecting emails as a way. So here's the deal, guys. As it is right now, the only way that I'm able to connect with you guys is through YouTube. So if something happens to YouTube, if my channel gets banned, if YouTube shuts down, if I get locked out, I have no way to contact anybody. I'm just done. And so the reason I'm creating an email list is so that I can continue to connect with you guys outside of YouTube. That's the only reason. It's not to try to make money off you guys. I'm not going to be sending you a bunch of like solicitations from companies. You know, that's not the purpose of it. It's just so that I can connect with you guys and directly send emails if something comes up. And I want to reach out to you. And again, it's optional. You guys don't have to do it. And also, I would assume most people have a spam email box anyway. Like, I know for me, I have a secondary email box that I use when I'm signing up for stuff, but signing up for things is pretty common. And so I give away quite a bit of free stuff. I don't know why people would think I'm going to start selling your email list. But anyway, if you don't like it, don't sign up. No obligations. But I'm going to be giving away some stuff, and it's going to be fun. And I want to be able to connect with you guys outside of YouTube, just in case something happens and Google goes down. And okay, Mike Jones, no giveaways for Mike Jones. He's out. Mike Jones. Mike Jones exited the chat. So anyway, so that's coming up. We got some installs coming up. Mike Jones wants no emails. I'm going to be doing a solar station review for All Powers. It's a solar generator and solar panel stuff. And it's going to be a busy summer. I'm feeling good about it. I think I'm going to be doing some traveling up north through California. Going to do some beach camping. Going to check out some more spots. Going to meet some friends along the way. If any of you guys are in California and you want to meet up, send me an email. I'm happy to try to meet up with anybody who's interested. You know, just hang out, whatever, you know, whatever you want to do. Make some coffee. If you guys want to tour the van, we can do that. If you guys want to camp or something together, we can do that, whatever. I just met up with a buddy here on Fiesta Island a couple days ago, And he's a subscriber that I actually met for the first time a couple of years ago. He's an OG subscriber, that's Kaya. And so I met up with him a few days ago, and he was pretty excited to hang out again. So it was good to see the subscribers, see where they've been and what's going on. I like hanging out with good people, and for the most part, my channel seems to bring good folks in, and so I like to, you know, share the good energy and just hang out and have a coffee or whatever. And I just got a new espresso machine, so I don't know if you guys watched my last video, you got a sneak peek of my espresso machine, and I'm getting good with it. So if you guys are coffee drinkers, I'll make you a Nomad Brad latte or a Nomad Brad mocha, you know, if you want to go that route. And I'll have a little coffee and talk about van life. Roy Van Beaumont lives in Chula Vista. That's very close. Very, very close. Yeah, anybody that wants to hang out or meet up, send me an email, and we'll see if we can make it happen. But that's the only way I can connect with you guys, because YouTube has no, you know, there's no chat, there's no like private messaging in YouTube. So, and I have no way to access your guys' emails or anything without you sending them to me. So if you want to hang out, shoot me an email and see if we can make it happen, see what's going on. So here's an old friend, Sam. Right now I'm seeing him. He's got his Land Rover. What's up, Sam?
Nomad Brad, man.
I'm live right now, dude.
What's going on?
We're just walking and talking, baby.
Talking and talking?
About that San Diego beach life.
What's going on?
Hey, man, good to see you.
You too.
Are these all your lines?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. How's the fishing?
It's slow right now.
Is it? What do you pull out of here? It seems like a lot of like rockfish and stuff, huh?
The island has all these different little areas where in the beginning it's all croaker, bass, what else you got, like stingray, whatnot. As you get on this side, there's a lot of leopard sharks in here.
Leopard sharks?
Leopard sharks, smoothhound sharks, decent sized shovel-nosed sharks.
Wow.
These are mainly shark poles right now.
Okay.
As I go around the corner towards SeaWorld, so it'll like, what do you got over there? You got...
These are shark poles?
These
Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do with the shark?
Put them back. A lot of, what do we got over here? A lot of spotted bay bass. I got bigger ones, but these are normally on this side. You're only going to get like 2 to 3 foot sharks.
Okay.
4 to 5 on the other side. It all depends, but it's weird how after years of fishing this island,
yeah,
every pocket has its own little signature.
Its own little species.
Yes, but I mean this is just.
Do you eat them? Catch and release?
Shovel nose?
Yeah.
I did once. I'm not a big shark guy. Monet would kill me.
Okay.
Right?
Oh yeah.
But,
she loves them. She loves the sharks.
I think she sits on the International like Shark Conservatory.
Uh-oh.
One time we caught like a 5-footer. People were like, you know, those shovel nose are like amazing. And I'm like, put them back all the time. And apparently some of the restaurants in San Diego, they found out they were actually selling them as halibut. So they taste very much like halibut.
That's pretty good white meat.
It was shockingly good.
Yeah.
What's cool is the tail. You're basically just making steaks out of the tail.
Yeah.
So each steak is like maybe yay big.
Nice.
And it's just like cartilage. There's nothing in there. There's no blood, no bones.
Yeah.
They're very clean. You know,
Yeah.
but for the most part, the bay's gross. I throw it all back.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
But yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. How's the Land Rover, man?
It's a disaster.
Is it?
You see, I broke a spring on my birthday was a couple days ago. So I was having a birthday breakfast and my leaf spring snapped on it.
Really, the leaf?
Yeah, so I spent all day goofing around with that. Some work on the Land Rover, but
This is quite the setup, man.
it's kind of a hot mess right now. But
You got a little generator running?
a little ice maker going, and I got a big lithium phosphate battery for the motor, so it's a pedal drive.
Yeah.
And it has a jet thruster in the back, so I'm charging a lithium phosphate battery right now.
A jet thruster? For propulsion?
Yeah, so it's dual drive. It's center and
Oh, is that what this blue thing is? Is that the drive? Wow.
that's a pedal drive in the middle.
Okay.
It helps out when you what I basically do is pedal all day. And
Okay.
When I get back,
Yeah.
the wind's heading my way. You know,
Okay.
in my face.
Yeah.
You can just turn that thing on and
Boom,
set up and
you're gone.
head home.
It's pretty cool how compact that thing is.
Yeah, that's actually, I know the guy that makes these. They're based out of San Diego. So
Bixby.
Drive.
Okay.
They make little adapters for like stand-up paddle boards, any kind of kayak, anything that's you can put in the water. Bixby makes an adapter for this right here in San Diego.
Nice.
And it's tiny. It's like, what is it? It's like a 30,000 RPM little jet thruster.
It's small, but it must be fast.
Look at this battery.
All right, guys, I just booted Mike Jones. He had a malfunction, so he's gone. We got him out of here. What you got, man? You got a battery on this thing? This is
Kayak's got like 4 batteries. Look at this guy.
this is pretty cool.
$1,200 lithium phosphate for it.
Oh yeah, look at that, 25.6 volt, 768 watt hours. Nice.
Build that thing then.
Pretty heavy, huh? Oh my
For a
goodness.
kayak battery.
Yeah, that doesn't sink the boat, huh?
There's batteries for the lights and batteries for the fish finder. It's got another $1,000 in batteries in there.
Wow. You're set up, man.
I'm just working on it today. I rarely ever come to the north side, but
Okay.
just kind of work on it today.
Dude, this is a pretty sweet rig you got. Like, you're ready.
Added the water tank on there. I got a couple solar and
Have you done an outdoor shower with that?
this is an outdoor shower.
Yeah.
Here.
Have you tried it?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Nice.
I have a propane water heater up there too, and an 8-gallon solar.
Someone in chat says you got the whole sporting goods store with you. Dude, this is a nice setup, man. It's cool that you've managed to fit all this on the Land Rover.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is like,
What's nice about these, what I like about the LR4, why I got rid of my other rig,
okay.
it's got that camping mode basically. I mean, that's what we call it. So X-Lifter makes an adapter for these. So whatever angle I'm on,
Yeah.
if it's off camber, just push a button, the car just levels itself for sleeping. So I can just push a button and level the whole thing out to sleep like this right here. Don't have to block it up or nothing.
Oh, really?
Push a button.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice for boondocking.
Heck yeah. That's a good setup, man. What's the double awnings on top? I see there's like two different things going on.
So this guy is just an awning that wraps around, right? It ties back into a 10-foot by 8-footer, I think, on the other side.
Okay.
10-foot by 8-foot tent.
Okay.
Sided all the way
Like
around.
the annex type thing?
Yeah, and this just
Okay.
wraps around and ties into it. So basically
Oh, wow.
it just creates a, you know, you can honestly see how long it is. It's
Yeah.
decent size.
Yeah, definitely.
That bathroom thing pops out. It's all got LED lights in there. And
Nice.
not bad.
Hell yeah, man.
Beats my 40-foot toy helmet that I was tired of dragging around to find a replacement part.
That's a lot of effort, man. It's a lot of effort. And just the setup and the tear down and,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like a home, but it's a lot, dude.
They got 2 bathrooms in it. The thing is when we take it out, we just fight ourselves sitting around the campfire. We don't use it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beautiful San Diego.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, I'm gonna work on my Beverly Hillbillies rig.
Cool, man.
Good to see you, brother.
I'm gonna let you go, brother. Good to see you.
I'll see you around here.
Yeah. All right, my friends. So that was Sam hanging out with his Land Rover. Pretty cool little setup, actually. He's got a lot going on there. He's got his kayak and just all kinds of stuff going on. Outdoor shower. He's got an awning that zips out. So I noticed Mike Jones came back. I booted him again. I got to go into the, here he is. Hold on. Timeout. Okay. I had to put Mike Jones in timeout. I don't know what his deal is. When I get when I get off the live stream, I'm gonna have to ban him from the channel. I don't know what his deal is. We only like the positive vibes around here. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep it light, keep it positive. We're talking about improving our lives. We're talking about living a better life. Yeah, so Sam's a super cool guy. I've known him for probably 10 years. The funny thing is he actually lived in Oregon back when I lived in Oregon. And so I knew him from there, and then he moved to San Diego with his family probably about 5 years ago. And so then I just kind of ran into him again. So pretty cool to see him. And he's got quite the setup there with his Land Rover LR4 and then also his water kayak setup. So, hey, what's up, man? What are you guys doing?
What are you doing?
You guys got, is this like the truck club? What's up?
We call it the KKK.
The KKK?
Yeah, cool truck club.
Cool truck club?
Look at that green piece of shit car right there.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got the homies rolling. We got Silverado. What do we got? We got a F-150. What's up, dude? All right, all right. We got a Ranger Danger right here. Ranger Danger. And we got a second Ranger. We got two Rangers. Fuck Biden. This is my truck right here. This is my truck right here. What's going on? You guys just hanging out? Just what's up? Truck club?
KKK.
KKK. All right, all right. I like it, man.
Whoa, John, what are we doing?
Little show and shine. Just grinding that sand right into the paint. Give it a little polish.
Where's your truck?
It's down that way.
What you driving?
Econoline, E450, 6.8 liter.
Get that thing down here.
We'll swing by in the Ranger.
Hey man, I'm in the Ford family, bro. All right. Nomad Brad. All right, so we got some local San Diegans hanging out, doing the truck thing, truck club. Yeah, I don't know what's up with those dudes with the KKK. That's silly, but anyway, yeah, I don't know, nice guys. A couple of Ford guys down there, and so that's it, guys. You know, we're trying to keep it light, have a good time, and we're coming up on an hour. We're actually over an hour. It's been 62 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, anything last minute you want to say, any help I can help you with, let me know. I'm slowly working my way back to the box truck. So we're gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna go make some dinner. It's been a very busy day, very productive day though, and looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll see if I can arrange something with Sam. We kind of just ran up on him there while he was fishing, but I'll see if we can set up a little rig tour maybe. I looked inside his rig, it's packed with shit. So I mean, he's not in a position to like do a tour right now, and I don't want him to like have to pull all of his stuff out in the middle of the beach, get it all covered in sand. So anyway, yeah, so I didn't push that right now, but we'll see. Got reaction says when the DNA tests come back, half of them are out of the club. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. It's funny to see kids like that because they're pretty rare in California. California is so damn liberal that it's, I mean, to see that many white kids all together with pickup trucks, like you just don't see that in California. It's mostly white kids in BMWs and polo shirts. So, you know, it's different. But that's probably why they're all hanging out together. That's probably like the last good old boys of California, just rolling hard on the beach. I think it's funny though that there were no ladies there. Like, why was it 12 dudes and no chicks? Like, what's going on? That might be a little funky. That might be a little funky something. Oh my goodness, it's been a good day. I'm trying to think about what's gonna happen next week. Next week, I might not even be down here in San Diego. I do have that client job on Thursday, so I might head up early, north a little bit, find a new spot, and then maybe go live from somewhere up there, see what we can get into. Yes, sir, local PB kids. Yeah, no, they were super nice. You know, they they were friendly and smiling and wanted to be on camera. So that was cool, you know, they were decent kids, no problems there. And happy to see them all hanging out. Lakeside, California, young white boys with trucks. Yeah, man, whatever. I mean, I had a truck when I was young. I like it. It's a good choice. I think it's much more reasonable to have a Ford Ranger than a BMW 3 Series. They can help you make a solar setup for a van or box truck to run a gaming PC. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, so on the topic of gaming, you could definitely make a pretty sweet rig in a box truck just because there's so much room on the roof for solar. Like you can fit a lot of solar, and then there's a ton of room inside. So you can definitely do like a big gaming setup, you know, a huge monitor, big LED lights and all kinds of stuff. So you could make a pretty sweet gaming rig out of a box truck. I just don't have, I just don't game. I'm so busy. I really don't have time for gaming. So that's why I haven't done it, but I would build one for somebody. If somebody wanted like a gaming setup in their box truck, I think that'd be fun. I would help somebody design that. So we'll take a little look over the bay as the sun goes down. And here's me right here. There's a van life over here. All right. I think I'm back. Anyway, this blue short bus has been here pretty much all week, hanging out. Kind of a cool dude. He spends most of the day here and then hops on his dirt bike and goes into town and does whatever he does in town and then comes back. So pretty chill little dude. I talked to him a while ago. So anyway. All right, my friends, that's it for me. We've been going for over an hour now. I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go inside and make some dinner, but I appreciate you guys for being live with me tonight. It was a nice chat. We talked about all kinds of stuff. We met the good old boys of San Diego, talked with Sam, talked about living your best life in a vehicle, eliminating the crippling expense of traditional housing. And so I hope you guys took something away from this chat, and I hope you're reflecting on things that you can do to increase the quality of your life. John C., I hope you had a good evening with your daughter. Super Dave, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. King Gamer, thank you for being here. Mike Jones, I appreciate you too. You added some comedy to the evening. And for anybody that signs up on the list, I will reply to your emails and we'll get a chat going and we'll just hang out and do the Nomad thing. So that's it for me, Nomad Brad from San Diego, signing out. Good night, everyone.